Hey guys, welcome back to another review on the Simple Car Guy channel. In this video, we're taking a look at the DXZtoz 50-foot dual camera endoscope. That's better than pretty much any ones I've tried, and I think better than average. I use these tiny cameras to inspect and work on cars, but they can just as easily be used for hard to reach areas such as drains and pipes, HVAC ducting, and of course anything else where a small camera can fit into. Watch to the end to see sample footage and video quality in different scenarios, but for now, let's see what comes in the box and then check out the specs. Alright, so on the box, you can see the idea. You have two cameras, one in the front, one on the side here. Both of them are 1080p and both have LEDs. 6 little LEDs here in the front and one on the side, but it's pretty bright. So as you can see, it's an industrial endoscope, good for construction, plumbing, HVAC, and automotive. So that's what I'm going to use it for. 50 foot, probably don't need that much unless you're really going deep into the pipes, but it's there. So not to be used for human examination. Okay, good to know. Nothing really else on the box, so let's open it up. All right, so we have the manual. The manual has, all the stuff that you would need to know, how to use it, what it does, and all the buttons. How to switch cameras. You have little accessories. This is actually quite interesting. It tells you that if you're putting it in a 1-inch pipe, this is 8 millimeters, by the way, thick. But if you put it in a 1-inch pipe, it will not go through a 90-degree corner. If you do need it to go through corners, looks like 6 inches is going to be the minimum where you can go through a 90-degree corner. And these are the specs, so if you'd like to see those, pause the video, but basically have 1080p, 5-inch display, that's the model number. You have Type-C ports, and you have micro SD card, and 3500 milliamp rechargeable lithium battery. Operating temperature, so above freezing. Charge time, about 3 to 4 hours, and battery life is 3 to 4 hours. All right, that's good to know. Let's keep digging. All right, gonna remove that. Here's the device itself. Feels very nice quality. Let's take this off. Oh, I love doing that. Beautiful 5-inch IPS screen. Here at the bottom you have your charging port and the micro SD card. At the top you have the port to plug in the actual camera. On the back here you have your LEDs, so there's like additional LEDs for, I guess, getting to the spot you're going to be working at. This I installed myself, so this is an accessory. It's just kind of a little stand basically. So if you want to stand it on a table or something like that while you're doing your thing, you can, and it's obviously removable. Okay, before I turn it on, let's see what else comes in the box. I'll remove that. You have your Type-C cable, a little tool. Those additional connectors for the end, so accessories, and of course you got your 50 foot of cable with the camera on the end. All right, I'm gonna take that down, plug in this, and see what it looks like. I have unwrapped a little bit of cable so I can demonstrate the camera for you. I'm gonna plug it in. It goes in either way, but I like to have the button on top. The button here is to switch between the cameras. Now I'm just going to press and hold the power button, and it turns it on. That's pretty quick, so there's definitely not a lot of delay. All right, and as you can see, the quality is actually really, really good. All right, guys, now let's take a quick look at the interface itself. So obviously you have the power button here on the right. Then you have your LED button here next to the power button. Which LED? Well, this is going to be the work LED here in the back. So if you're working in a tight spot or you need to see kind of where you're going or where you're putting the camera into, you can use that light. So it turns on and turns off just like that. Pretty nice. Now you have this D-pad here on the left. That's your mode switch, and this is your settings. So what does the mode switch do? Well, if you pay attention here to the left corner, you have the picture mode right now, so you can take a picture. If you press it again, you have video mode, so you can record your video. And of course, if you press it one more time, you can see or review the videos that have been recorded. Okay, so we're going to go back to the video. Now, going to the settings, If we go in here, we have resolution, recording, and data stamp. So this is for the video playback or for video recording, I guess. Let me get a little bit closer so you can actually see. So if you click resolution, this is the resolution it will record in for both of the cameras. You have your recording on or off, and you have the date stamp to, whether you want it or not on the video itself. Okay, if you go to the next menu, we have auto power off, so you can set a time for it to power off, language, change date and time, format the SD card, and reset it to default settings. Okay, so not too much in there. Let's go back. Now, of course, you have your camera button, or I guess record button. So if you press record or press the button, it activates the record mode or takes a picture if you're in the picture mode. And then you can change the brightness of the LED using this button here. So it kind of starts at the brightest and then you can go down one by one. And of course, if you'd like to switch the cameras, you can simply press this button here and it switches to the side camera. As you can see, now we're looking at the side camera. Press again, it switches back to the normal camera. In the back, as I mentioned, we have the little stand that goes in, and this device also has a microphone. So not a lot of these do, and obviously the microphone's not here inside the camera, it's on the device itself. So when say you're looking into a pipe or something like that, and you would like to describe what you're seeing or what you're looking at, you can do so and it will record it over the video. It's kind of like a voiceover in case you would like to send it over to your clients or for yourself, or you're making a video, whatever it may be, you can record voiceover over the video. So that's a pretty cool feature. These are the different tips that come with the device. You have a little hook, so if you need to grab something from a tight spot, you can do so. Then you have your magnetic end piece. So if you need to pick up a screw or something, that works great. And you also have a 90-degree camera one, so you can kind of look sideways. Even though for this one, it's not really necessary since you have an actual camera on the side. One difference that I wanted to make very clear is the focal length and how this can actually focus anywhere from 1.2 to 16 inches versus the standard 4 inches. This has to be the biggest issue on other devices that I have looked at and even decided not to make videos about, because I thought it was, those devices were useless. You couldn't focus on anything other than like 1 inch to 2 inches. On this device, you can focus up to 16 inches. So if you put this inside a cylinder, you can see all the way from the bottom all the way to the top, including the sidewalls, which is obviously amazing. Like that's what you want these for. So this actually allows you to see something while you keep this in the pipe or the engine, like I mentioned, or somewhere else. Very, very cool. And the quality of the device itself is actually very impressive. Much more so than I would expect from a device that you may not even use that much, but when you do, you're going to be pleasantly surprised. So let's go look at some scenarios and see how good the quality of the video recordings are. So here's what it can be used for. You can inspect the health of the piston and subsequently the engine itself by looking inside the spark plug hole. You can make your life easier by seeing the hard to reach bolts or parts, and even for general car inspection. You can check the brake pads without having to put the car in the lift, check for rust holes or holes in the exhaust, and even check for oil leaks if you're looking to purchase the vehicle, and of course anything else that may be important to you. Other than automotive, you can check inside registers to see if they need to be cleaned, check for drain blockage, and inspect inside of the walls when running wires for your TV. So many uses. On that note, thanks for watching, and let me know what uses you have for this endoscope down below in the comments. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe for more automotive content, and I'll see you in the next one.